It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer, and boy, this channel has been around for a long time now, hasn't it? Nearly 15 years. We have a beer here from Yonder, and this is their Hellas Unfiltered Lager at 4% ABV. I'm really looking forward to this. You can pick it up at the nearest beer shop, over 250 beers, 5% off when you use the voucher code Stone the Crows. Free delivery over £60. So it comes from here. I was there on the weekend. I enjoyed a lovely drink of some German beer there on the weekend. It was fantastic. The channel's been around for 15 years now. And I remember recording a video for YouTube when my daughter was born. It was a bottle. I remember it rightly because I came home from the hospital after my daughter was born, and I opened a celebratory beer to myself in this house 15 years ago. And that was Moreland's Old Crafty Hen. You can have a look at that video from 15 years ago if you want. I look a bit younger, 15 years younger, and I'm celebrating the birth of my daughter. Well, this particular beer is a celebration of me becoming a granddad. So my eldest daughter has had a baby boy this morning, £7 1 ounce. His name is Oakley, and this is a celebration to him. Wetting the baby's head. Did I think I would be standing here in 15 years time after I started the channel, after celebrating the birth of my youngest daughter, to then become celebrating the fact that I've become a grandfather? Did I think that that kind of thing would ever happen? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. So I've spoken to the father. He's not much of a drinker. Youngsters aren't these days, are they? He's about 25 years old, doesn't really drink, keeps himself nice and clean and tidy, and you know what, in terms of doesn't smoke, doesn't really drink. But I told him I am taking him out to wet the baby's head. It's non-negotiable. I'm the granddad, I'm the senior member of the family now. We're going to wet the baby's head. I'm going to lead him down the garden path, and I'm going to start getting him to drink beer. None of that youngster nonsense. Oh, we don't drink. Youngsters don't drink. What's that all about? One finger, white head, good levels of carbonation, slightly hazy looking beer. Yonder, fantastic brewery. So I'm really looking forward to this at 4%. Let's get the aroma. Yes, very good. Very clean, very good. And this is just what I want. I've been around the barbers. I've had my hair cut. I want to look good in the photos, holding my grandson. I might put a shirt and tie on. Life's experiences. You always look back at old photos, don't you? And I want to look nice and tidy. Have a shave, put a shirt and tie on. There's Grampy right there. But this is smelling fantastic. Little bit of stinging nettle. Little bit of dryness, little bit of pepperiness. Little bit of crisp, sweet malt. Cheers. Cheers to everyone. Cheers to Oakley. Yes. Fabulous. Fabulous, clean, refreshing, beautiful drinkability on this beer. Oh, I'd be happy with 5 pints of this tonight. Absolutely 5 pints of this would be absolutely terrific. This is so clean, so drinkable, so lovely. And it's nice from Yonder. It's a nice step change from Yonder. They have kind of, they're your typical sour beer brewery, if you like. They started up as a sour beer brewery. Lots of weird and wacky different beers that you know people love. But it proves a quality brewer, a quality brewery. Whether they brew sours, whether they brew concentrate on stouts, it shows that if they're a quality brewer, they can basically put their hand to any style and get it right. They have absolutely got this right. A little bit of carbonation pushes the beer around the inside of the mouth, releases more of the flavour. It's punching above the 4% ABV weight that this is saying that it is. It's almost like it's drinking like a 5% premium Helles lager. Lovely carbonation to start. A little bit of sweet, crisp, clean malt. A little bit of sweetness there. And then it goes over to being a little bit stinging nettly in the back end. A little bit, maybe some Saaz hops they've used in this beer. A little bit peppery, a little bit spicy. So the beer is nicely balanced. It's nicely balanced between that kind of hops and malt, which I love in beer, which I love. Yeah, so Yonder, absolutely doing some great stuff. I noticed because I was actually down at, I mentioned this, didn't I? I was down at the nearest beer shop on the weekend. They had quite a lot of the Yonder beers in the fridge, and they had quite a lot of this Helles lager. So if you're about the Bridgend area, or if you want to order this online, if you like a decent tasting lager, a decent tasting Helles lager, then yeah, look no further than Yonder. This is really good stuff. And it shows for me, again, I've mentioned this, not that the brewery's maturing, but it's more, beer drinking is much more than drinking these modern sours. I know a lot of people love drinking these modern sour beers, and there's a big kind of fuss about them at the moment. But while I was in the shop on Saturday, about 5 youngsters walked in, and that's all they wanted to drink. They bought, I think somebody bought a Yonder sour beer. They all bought sour beers, and one of them recognised me from the channel, had a chat with me and said, oh, you know, what can you recommend? And I said, what are you looking for? He said, I like sour beer. I said, right. All of your mates have bought different sour beers. It was for the train. It was a bit of a train beer thing going on. Why don't you blow their mind? And I told him to pick up the bottle of Gers Boon that was in the fridge, cork and cage. And it was actually cheaper than a lot of the other canned sour beers in the fridge. And I was like, that will blow your mind. That will completely change your whole thought on what sour beer is and what, in my regard, because I'm a bit old-fashioned, what sour beer should be. So I'd love a bit of feedback if he ever watches the channel in the future, to say, oh my goodness me, I tried proper sour beer and I've had a Boon Gers or the Gers Boon, whichever way around is it. But that would have, I'm pretty sure he would have opened that bottle on the train and drank it on the train and gone, oh my goodness me, this is just bonkers sour. And that's what you hope for, isn't it? That's what you hope for. That's what I hope for when I think of sour beer. I don't need the sourness just to come from a bit of the fruits, you know? I find that like almost taking a backward step. Anyway, let's rate this lager because, yeah, we're here to talk about a Helles lager, not modern sour beer. Great head retention, great carbonation, great look to the beer. Stunning, that, absolutely stunning. Honda Helles, Yonder Helles, produced in the UK, Radstock in Somerset. Stone the Crows, 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box, subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews, give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom, cheers.